When posed the question of who I would interview for this documentary, I felt a little bit unsure at first. I thought maybe I can interview my great-grandmother Helen and ask her about my great-grandfather, Tony Sr., who is a World War II veteran. I thought maybe I could talk to my mom's friends and ask them what it's like to raise children under harsh conditions, whether it's money or being a single parent. I even thought maybe I should go interview some of my bandmates and ask them why they joined the regiment. And they all sounded really great in concept, but the conclusion that I came to was the best interview I could get would be with an inmate at Folsom Prison. Meet
Andrew Lamar,
a 35-year-old inmate at Folsom Prison who also happens to be a friend of mine. I've known him for a few months and I've spoken to him about so many things. From how he's been in and out of prison since 16 years old, to who he would vote for if he was able to in the 2024 election. These conversations with Andrew, to who I will be referring to as Drew from this point on, created this voice in my head that just festered over time telling me, you should ask to interview him. Now, this didn't stem from something profound that either he or I had said. Rather, it came about after gathering a better understanding of Drew as a person and what life is like in prison for him. Thus, why I had chosen to interview him. Now, enough about the details. The next few minutes will consist of the interview that I conducted with him, where I asked him about 6 or 7 questions. They will pop up on the screen per his response.
right now I'm in custody for first-degree burglary. I went into somebody's house and I stole their belongings, specifically jewelry, so I can sell them for $5. Right now I live in a 2-man cell. It's about 5 by 10 cell, and it's pretty rugged. Plumbing and electrical and everything is just shady. Doesn't work too great, and it's pretty bad condition, dirty, loud, and but more specifically, the worst part about my living condition is that it's violent. Yeah, the lonely that you feel is kind of like, it's not lonely like. It's like being homesick for 7 years. It's that lonely. Like it's deep. I don't know how to really explain it, but it's just like it's deep. It's to your soul, your soul, your core. I'm surrounded by people every day. I'm surrounded by hundreds of people every day, and like I've never been more lonely in my life. Absolutely. And we were kind of forced to compact. And it didn't work out so well. It's one of the hard lessons you learn is you don't want to tell up with your friends because you might not be friends after. But there's some really great people in here. Some of my best friends that I've had in this whole world have came from prison. You bond with people. I think a good comparison would be like the military. There's a lot of people you struggle with here, and you get strong bonds and see a different side of people in here. Absolutely. I had to write recently. I have a court date coming up, and I recently wrote an accountability letter. It's like one of the things my lawyer wanted me to do, and that's basically taking accountability for my actions. And I wrote that letter sincerely, and I really started realizing the impact that I had. I went into somebody's house and I took their belongings while they were sleeping. The kids in that neighborhood are going to be scared that someone's going to come into their house and take their stuff when they're sleeping. All the stuff that comes in between, all the people that are affected that I didn't even realize. Yeah, that's when the real work starts. I've been doing time my whole life, so I don't worry about a whole lot in here. I got this down pat. When I get out, I worry about all the little things, managing money, being at the right place at the right time, and all my family just recently died too. So when I get out, there's a lot that I have to deal with, and I'm not really looking forward to it. I would like to be perceived by society and my community as somebody who's made a decision that was wrong and has paid for it on more levels than one. I've lost a lot as a result of this prison sentence, so I don't want that loss to be looked at as a negative thing. I want it to be looked at as almost like a restitution that I paid
Though some of Drew's honest responses may have been off-putting or saddening, he also gave some really wonderful insight, like how he copes with loneliness by playing and getting
Golf in my softball,
and having.
people that I talk to every day that help me through with that.
As Drew had mentioned before, he has an upcoming court date to discuss reduced sentencing following
Senate Bill 483,
being enacted. Upon his release, Drew's main goal is to,
I own my own construction company.
which makes me very happy to hear. The last question I had asked Drew during the interview was, what was a song that helps him get through hard times? And the request that he gave to me was Jelly Rolls Need a Favor. So I'm going to play that right now. Thanks for watching.
Have you heard that song?
Yes, I have.
I'm sure you have. Everyone has.
So who the hell am I to expect a savior?